Hello, welcome back again to High Desert Home and Garden. I was planning on having a snow plowing video today since we have a foot of snow here and it's still falling. But as you can see, that didn't quite work out. I got stuck once and then used the old truck and pulled it out. And then I made another pass and it just quit. So took it apart some while I was outside in the snow and came up with I'm not getting any spark. Tried all the quick things I know to make it have spark. Nothing yet. So now I get to dig into this problem. Anyway, let's should be a good time. I've not, yeah. Anyway, sometimes being a mechanic pays off. But we'll see what's going on here in a minute. Okay, so this is a Craftsman GT5000. It's an older model. Anyway, it's got a V-twin Briggs 24 horsepower engine, and this is a little bit more modern than what I'm used to dealing with, but anyway, I believe this is an ignition module. It has this connector here, which I unplugged while I was outside, that actually goes out and puts a ground on your magnetos, and I'm guessing it has to see a signal from the ignition switch on here. This little did I just unplug that? Nope. Okay. So anyway, it's got to see an ignition signal or a signal from the ignition switch, so it should get 12 volts to it. Once I find someplace I can disconnect the harness, rather than disconnecting everything. And you probably have to be, set the brake, turn the key on. And I have 12.45 volts there. Nothing there, but that's because that's the loop. Okay, so now, as I said, we have another little connector here. So, all right, so I've got power here. Okay, and then these should honestly, I think, be grounded. But we'll see what we've got here. Or I should say, these should be grounded with the ignition switch off. And of course my meter's got stupid little short leads on it, so I would say we have a ground. Let's check it on ohms. Good there. Good there. So, as I was saying, I'm getting no spark at the moment, so we're going to have to check that again. because this would all appear to be working. Or actually, no, it's not working because yeah, the key's on. Turn that off. Check it again. That shouldn't be grounded right now. Unless, of course, it works some different way that I don't know about, but typically with a magneto you just ground it and then it takes off. Or it shuts off. Okay, so I have no ground on my magnetos. Unless these work backwards, that should be right. Pull plug. Here. Gutter plug out here. Not the most beautiful spark plug in the world by any means, but it should be firing. So far it's not. But I wasn't getting any spark on the plug wire coming off the magneto either, so we'll just do this real quick. Hook the plug up to it and see what happens then. Well, that's good. The plug's not worn out. It's still gapped at 35 thousandths, which is where I set it. Okay, so we got spark. We do have some compression anyway on this side. It's important to remember that these heads are aluminum, so don't tighten, don't kill the plug when you put it in there. It'll cause you headaches down the road. Now on to the other side. Okay, so, of course, in the slushy snow we go. Get this plug out. Now this one here is just plain nasty looking. As you can see, that one is all kinds of built up with crud. So, yeah, we're going to have to clean that one up at best. If not, just replace it if I have one to replace it with. Okay, so first things first, we're just going to take a small screwdriver and try and scrape some of this crud out of here. Because that stuff is pretty difficult at the moment. It's pretty caked up. Pretty caked, pretty nasty. And stuff is, it's in there pretty good. It's been burned on. It would appear that the right hand cylinder has been burning oil, which I do get a little bit of smoke on startup out of it, but currently it's burning more than I thought. Anyway, time for a little bit of a different tool here. And of course my gloves aren't cooperating. Okay, so now we have that kind of sort of scraped out. Anyway, you can see that it actually, well, let's see. There's actually a gap in it now. That's majorly important for spark plugs to work properly. Let me get set up for the next step of this process. Okay, so we have our nifty little propane butane torch here. And I said I was going to get set up, but I forgot to grab something to light it with. So, anyway. Now. Goody, we can even see the flame. Alright, so if you don't like burnt fingers, grab your plug with a pair of pliers like so, and then stick it in the flame. You'll see the carbon start to heat up, it'll turn red. Hopefully it'll start flaking off. No, that's okay. I blew my fire out, but that's alright for now. We're going to try and scrape it some more. See if we can get her cleaned up. Yep, it's definitely burning oil. It's not just a fouled, gas fouled plug, it's oil fouled. So, yeah, anyway, we might have to tear into that thing and see what's going on for sure. And yes, the porcelain will be hot too. but when you heat it up, it does tend to break it loose a little bit easier. I don't know if you guys can see on video all the crap that's actually fallen out from around the electrode here, but it's a wonder it was running as well as it was. Okay, so that's a lot better than it was. Not perfect yet. It's not probably going to be. But at least I bet it would fire at this point in time. Let's check the gap. So yeah, I'm about 5,000, so I'm right at 30 on the gap gauge. I don't know if we can see that or not, but anyway, we want it to be probably 35 anyway. So now we're at about 35 thousandths. That's about the best we're going to do with this plug. If that doesn't get the thing started after I heat it up again, anyway, if that doesn't get the thing started, then we will need to go find a new plug. Which I think I have one, I just don't know where it is at the moment. So, as is usual, this is going to take a minute. Alright then, so our plug is about as clean as we're going to make it with the way we're doing this, and let's go see if it makes a spark now. Alright, so we're hooked up, and you guys might be able to see as much as I can whether we're getting a spark or not. As long as your plug is touching metal, it should spark. Alright, so we've got a nice blue spark there. That's helpful. That's got to make it run better, right? Let's see if we got any compression on this side. We do. Let's put this plug back in and see if this whole thing will fire or not. And it's still hot, by the way. Okay. Let's see what happens. Throttle up. That's not good either. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but yeah, she's leaking a little gas there. Might as well fix that while we're at it. Alright, so apparently I need to restock my fuel hose because I don't have any 1/4 inch fuel line left anymore. This is 1/4 inch. All I have left is 3/8. So what we're going to do in the interest of time, since it hasn't quit snowing yet, is we're just going to take this off, cut it off back here where it's leaking, or where it is split, I should say. See right here by my thumb, it's actually split right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this off and put it back on, which should prevent us from catching the thing on fire. That's always a good idea. Couldn't find my razor knife either, but hey, pair side cutters will work just fine. Slip that back over. And then, yeah, now I'll get to find out just exactly how much oil this thing is burning, that it's actually firing on whatever cylinder that would be. This one over here on the right hand side. Probably more than I want to know, but no hill for a climber. All we got to do is take it off there, tear it down and fix it. So that and Briggs, buying parts direct from Briggs and Stratton is actually very, very reasonable price. I just bought a carburetor kit for my rototiller, and I think it was like $26 for a complete rebuild kit. So yeah, we'll see what I run into here. Anyway, I gotta get this thing stuffed back together, and maybe then we'll have another look at it just to see what's going on. Alright, so it's all put back together. Got all the plastics back on the engine and what have you. So I guess first things first, let's check the oil and see what I got. Looks full to me. Doesn't feel all cruddy or anything. That's good. So let's see if she'll fire up again. Definitely getting a little smoke, and
it does smell like oil, so let's see what happens here. Well, I guess I'll put the hood on it, pull it outside, and see if it cleans up or if it's actually burning that much oil. Alright, so you'll have to excuse the blue haze in here, but it seems to be cleaning up. Like I just had a bunch of old oil left over in the muffler because it wasn't burning very hot. Anyway, it's doing a lot of popping and cracking and carrying on, but it seems to be alright. Guess we'll just have to check the oil a little more often from now on. Anyway, I'm going to get the hood back on it and get back to work here before it decides to dump another foot of snow. So, we'll get back to you guys after a while. Alright guys, I think we got the thing figured out. It seems to be alright. It just burned out a bunch of oil out of the muffler because it wasn't actually firing that cylinder like it should have been. So far so good. I've pushed for about 20 minutes and still running. Excuse me while I get redressed here. I didn't bother putting this big coat back on before I went out this last go around here. And yeah, the wind picked up, so that was not a good idea. But anyway, as I say, it seems to be alright. We will have to probably address that issue before mowing season gets here, whether it be valve seals or if it's got worn or cracked rings on that one side. But for now, I think she'll finish out the day, but I will keep an eye on the oil level. Anyway, please comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos. And as I say, I was planning on doing a snowplow video today, but it's not going to work out for me because now my camera battery's dead. Anyway, look forward to more stuff tomorrow in the next 3 days. Anyway, I'm going to rebuild the carburetor for my Troy-built rototiller, and we'll see how much more snow we get. In the meantime, be safe, and we'll talk to you later.